Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be looking into Chrome developer tools. Uh, it's These are the tools. It's a actually powerful set of developer tools built directly into Google Chrome browser. So it allows you to debug, profile, and analyze web applications directly from the browser environment. Uh, so the tools have a lot of panels, and we're gonna be every panel has a purpose, and we're gonna be going through all those panels in this video. So uh, in order to open the Chrome tools, you can actually go here, more tools, and then open developer tools, right? Another way is command, like on Mac, it's gonna be Command Shift and C, but the best way is to do Command Alt I. That way you can actually toggle between opening and closing. So Command Alt I is going to be the command. So over here you can see we have the website google.com open on the left side, and on the right hand side we have all the tools. And depending on what you have open, like if I go to another website, this set is gonna be changed. Like all these panels may change depending on what website you have open. But like what you are seeing here are kind of pretty standard. You may be able to see if it detects that it is using like a state management tool, which is Redux. It's gonna actually give you more options related to Redux as different panels, maybe components and some other ones. So yeah, so the list can change, but it can these are the pretty standard. You would find them in all the websites. Okay, what does this first panel, which is the elements panel, do? So the purpose of this panel is to like basically inspecting and editing the HTML and CSS of a web page in real time. So it allows us as developers to view like what is going on, and also we can manipulate the DOM, which is the document object model, a structure of the page, uh, and also we can change the styling applied to the elements. So you can actually uh, change the styling of the element, and then that is gonna get affected right away over here. And we maybe in another video I can show you how you can actually change the colors, and it's gonna automatically start changing things over on the left hand side. So again, it's gonna inspect and edit the HTML elements for us. It can debug the CSS layout issues. If you are having any CSS related issues, it can do that for you. Yeah. The next one is a console panel, right? A very useful one. You can write commands here. You can actually even it does math for you. It is a command line tool. So it is used for logging information from the JavaScript code. Uh, and you can actually do a lot of JavaScript commands directly over here. Like you can literally write functions here, and you can then call those functions. You can literally start programming here. So in terms of the features, you can basically, this is used for logging information. If you are logging any warnings, any errors, stuff like that, it's gonna do that for you. It's gonna do that for you. It can execute the JavaScript code snippets, as I just showed you. You can write a function here, and it's gonna do that for you. You can debug, mainly used for the debugger when you are debugging your JavaScript code. Okay, Now the third one, we have the it's called the source panel. Let's get there. Okay, the source panel is here, and what it does is like it's a powerful debugging tool for JavaScript. It allows us to set the breakpoints, set like we can step through the code, and we can inspect variables during runtime. So it's a debugger, right? Uh, you can inspect variables and objects in scope. Uh, you can evaluate the expressions in the console. You can do all those kind of things. Okay, now the next one is the network panel. Very important when very important one. It's gonna be the network panel is used for monitoring network activity, and whenever you're gonna be making any HTTP requests, you can analyze those, and you can look at the did it make any HTTP request here. So you can look at the payloads, you can look at what kind of response you got. This was a request made to this one. He made this request to this address. It was a post call. The response was 200 OK. You can look at the payload and what Google sent to that, and you can look at the response here. Okay, very powerful one. You can filter and group network requests based on various criteria. Uh, you can actually even simulate network conditions for testing purposes, stuff like that. Okay, the next one is going to be the performance panel. So what this does is like it is used for profiling and analyzing the performance of web pages. So it helps identify performance bottlenecks and optimize page load times, like how long it's gonna take for a page to load. So you can record performance profiles in it. Here's the recording button. You can actually, and you would do the recording to basically analyze the page load times. What else? CPU usage and memory consumption. It can also help you like if you have any rendering issues, uh, or like the JavaScript execution time, or how is the layout performance, those kind of things. Okay, going to our next one, right? So we have a memory panel here. What this does is like it is used for analyzing memory usage and detecting memory leaks in JavaScript application. So if you come here, you can actually look at the report. You can actually look at the heap snapshot, allocation instrumentation on timeline, uh, allocating sampling. So monitoring the memory usage over time and identify memory spikes or excessive allocation, those kind of things. You can again look at the heap snapshots to analyze memory allocation and object retention. um, yeah, that's how you would do that. Again, it has a recording button over there which would help you create a report. Getting to our next one, which is the application panel. So over here again, very important in terms of like the local storage and stuff like that. So the purpose of the application panel is used to inspect and debug the web application resources, which includes your local storage, which includes your session storage, which includes your cookies. Anything related to the cookies is gonna be here. If you wanted to, sometime you may have heard that you need to refresh your you need to basically remove the cookies. So you would come here and you would actually go here and clear that out. Yeah. So so you, yeah, you would do that. Again, very important one. It manage the application data, like databases, local storage, session storage, cookies. Everything is gonna be here. You would use it to debug like the service workers and like the and their life cycle and caching behavior, what's being saved, what's not being saved, that kind of stuff. Then we have security. For security panel, so this is used for analyzing the security of web pages and identifying potential security vulnerabilities. So this is basically gonna tell that, okay, if how secure is the page, are you making the HTTPS request, right? Do you have the proper SSL certificate details, stuff like that. Uh, Also, it looks at the insecure origins and insecure resource requests. You would find those there, like if it is the origins where the call is starting from, that is insecure, stuff like that. You can actually look at it can also tell you about the outdated TLS versions. So basically for security policies violations, you would come here to see that. Then we have the Lighthouse, right? Okay, so the Lighthouse is a little bit less used, but it is an open source automated tool for improving quality of web pages. So it can provide you audits for performance, uh, accessibility, uh, like if you're using the SEO, uh, like the best practices and stuff like that, uh, search optimization engines, uh, search engine optimization, SEO. So it's gonna create a comprehensive report on the web page for performance, accessibility, and best best practices. Yeah. Then we have the recorder one. This is really a good one, nice one. I really love this thing. So basically, the recorder panel is a tool for recording user interactions on web pages. And why would you do that? By like when you create the new recording and then do something over here, so it's gonna generate a script for you, and then you can use that script for automated testing. So if you have any automated testing installed in your application, like a Puppeteer is there, so you can actually come here, generate a new recording, and the script it's gonna create for you. You can actually feed it to Puppeteer, and then that's how you set up the automated testing. Okay. Uh, so again, it's how you want the Puppeteer to test your application. It's gonna by recording, you are customizing uh, the user interaction and basically feed it to an automated testing framework. Okay, then we have performance insights. So this one provides some additional insights and recommendations for optimizing uh, web page performance. So you can think of it like if you do that, it's gonna tell you about the page load times, the rendering performance, and the resource usage. Those are the things you can actually, if you wanted to know, you can start the recording. It's gonna look into it, and it's gonna tell you that. Then we have the NetBeans. It is only for the NetBeans. So NetBeans is like it's an IDE. So it provides integration with the NetBeans IDE for again debugging and profiling web applications. If you are using, this is helpful if you are using a NetBeans. If you are just using like a VS Code or some other IDE other than NetBeans, it may not be that relevant. So again, it runs you can debug the JavaScript code inside the browser, again only if you're using the NetBeans IDE. Then we have this Redux. Again, very relevant if you have a state management tool. If your state management tool is Redux, it's very relevant. But again, what it does is like it's a Redux panel. It's a for like a Redux based application. So it can, if you need to know what a state management tool is, basically it's a storage. You, instead of passing that, in terms of React, instead of passing things along, you just store everything in a store. So that's what the, and you can have an actions and reducers to get that information. So if you're using a state management tool and that is Redux, this is very relevant. It can inspect your Redux store state. It can inspect your actions, Redux actions, and the reducers in real time. So basically, track changes to the application state. But if you're using MobX or some other state management tool, it may not be that relevant. Then, yeah, those are the ones I wanted to cover in this video. And thanks for watching.